There is one thing louder than everything around you. Not the alarm clock, not the traffic outside your window, not the echo of old memories or the whisper of fear. It is the state you choose before the day begins. Before the phone screen lights up, before the world speaks to you. Before your feet even touch the ground, that single choice, made in the quiet dawn, decides everything that follows. Pause here for a moment. This isn't just motivation, this is about alignment. The ancient Stoics understood something that most people today never learn. They didn't pray like beggars on their knees. They didn't kneel in desperation, pleading with life to save them from their circumstances. They understood that begging assumes lack, and a mindset of lack only attracts more lack. For the Stoics, prayer was never about pleading. It was a form of recognition. It was the recognition that life is already happening, that the breath in your lungs is already given, that time is already moving forward whether you ask it to or not. They didn't ask for life, they acknowledged it. And in that simple act of acknowledgement lies immense power. We often look outward for some divine force, for a God in the sky. But God is not a distant entity, God is within. Not as a religious figure, not as a fantasy, but as awareness itself. As reason, as your fundamental ability to choose how you respond to the world. It is the spark inside you that observes, that decides, and that acts. When you beg an external force to intervene, you deny your own agency. You give your power away. Stoic wisdom never taught submission through fear. It taught alignment through discipline. You do not pray to God, you pray from the divine part of you. From the part of you that is already alive, already capable, and already present. And that is why we give thanks. This is the great secret that so many people misunderstand. The law of attraction doesn't respond to your words, your wishes, or your wants. It responds to your state of being. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. When you beg, you broadcast a frequency of powerlessness. When you complain, you reinforce the very resistance you're trying to overcome. When you wait for something to happen, you send a signal of unworthiness. But when you give thanks, you declare completion. Gratitude tells reality, I am already aligned with what I seek, and reality responds to that alignment immediately. Imagine your hand lifting, a journal opening on the table. There are no affirmations being shouted, no demands being written down. Just one simple, powerful line. Today, I stop asking, and then another. Thank you for another day. Thank you for the breath in my lungs. Thank you for the time I have. Thank you for where I am right now, not where you wish you were. Where you are, because the present moment is the only place attraction operates. Gratitude is not weakness, it is command without force. Now, look in the mirror, eyes open, don't judge what you see. Don't hope for something different, just see, acknowledge your presence. I am here, and being here is a gift. Are the bills still there? Yes. Are the responsibilities still waiting? Of course, but they are just pieces of paper. They are tasks, they are conditions of your current reality. They are not a prison, they do not define the core of your being. This brings us to the first law. What you thank for, stays and grows. What you resist, persists. When you thank your body, even with its imperfections, it begins to strengthen. When you thank your current situation, it begins to reorganize in your favor. When you thank your struggle, its grip on you loosens. This is not just a belief system. This is alignment meeting a fundamental law of the universe. The Stoics didn't ask for easier lives. They built stronger minds to meet life as it was. Feel your feet hit the ground. You start to move, but without the usual rush, without that frantic sense of urgency. You're not slow, you're certain. Certainty sends a clean, clear signal to the universe. Panic, on the other hand, just sends static. You begin to walk through your day as someone who expects cooperation from the world, because expectation is attraction in motion. A child on the street waves at you. You wave back. A huge smile spreads across his face, as if he gained something wonderful from that simple exchange. That's because energy doesn't just trade. It copies. What you embody, others reflect back to you. This leads to the second law. Calm does not chase peace. Calm is peace, standing upright. The universe doesn't reward panic, it responds to clarity. A calm mind doesn't beg reality to change, it meets reality head-on. The Stoics trained for calm every single day. Not to escape life, but to face it without the distortion of a panicked mind. Find a place to sit, a bench in a park, a chair in a quiet room. Be still, close your eyes. Do you hear that? The silence? Good. Silence is not empty, it is receptive. Manifestation, inspiration, and intuition do not enter a space filled with noise. They enter stillness, and stillness is not passive. It is a state of active attentiveness. This is where your intuition speaks. This is where perfect timing reveals itself. And now for the third law: you do not chase outcomes. You align with them. Effort without alignment leads to exhaustion. But alignment without frantic effort opens doors you didn't even know were there. Here is the great secret once more: life does not respond to force. It responds to readiness. The Stoics didn't try to hustle reality or bend it to their will. They prepared themselves to receive it. Imagine the bus arriving just as you get to the stop. You didn't run for it. You didn't worry you would miss it. You simply stood ready. Life meets readiness, not desire. Not begging, readiness. So, we do not pray to change reality. We pray to align ourselves with it, and prayer, in its truest form, is not asking. Prayer is thanking. Thanking for life. Thanking for time. Thanking for exactly where you are in the process. Because gratitude confirms your presence, and presence is the ultimate power. As the day ends, you find yourself home again. The journal opens. One line is all that's needed. I gave thanks, and underneath it, and the world gave back. There's no loud music, no final rush of energy. Just let the silence finish the message. Let yourself hear your own breath. Let yourself feel your own presence, right here, right now. This is Stoic wisdom. This is the law of attraction. This is the great secret. We do not beg, we thank, and the world responds.